Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers, and loving children. Let us get ready for Satsang. Please sit comfortably and try to concentrate your mind on any aspect of God you like. We shall begin the Satsang with Pranam Mantras.
Om Namo
सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय नमः. Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers and loving children. Last week we discussed the life and works of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. It is interesting to note that we belong to the lineage of Sri Shankaracharya, who had established 4 main mats or ashramas in the 4 corners of India. Sri Totapuri, the guru of Sri Ramakrishna, taught him the Advaita Vedanta philosophy. Sri Totapuri ji followed the lineage of Sri Shankaracharya. Thus we too belong to that lineage. In the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the Master gives us many practical teachings, narrates interesting, illuminating and humorous stories, sweetly sings many songs on various aspects of God, and uses excellent homely examples to teach us how to purify our minds and progress Godward. Master's direct experiences of God, his profound knowledge, and his perfect descriptions of the beauty and glory of God fill us with wonder and joy. The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is like nectar. The original name of the Gospel is Sri Ramakrishna Kathamritam, meaning divine nectar or nectarian utterances of Sri Ramakrishna. There is a beautiful prayer in the Srimad Bhagavatam which is chanted before we read the Gospel. It is on page 15 of the old prayer book. The prayer is Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadattatam Bhuvi Grinanti Te Bhurida Jana. The meaning is very profound and encourages us to read the sweet words of the Lord to progress on our spiritual journey. The meaning is, the nectar of thy sin-effacing utterances brings life and hope to those scorched by misery. They are extolled by wise sages, and the mere listening to them would bestow auspiciousness on all. They confer every prosperity. Those who spread them broadcast are verily magnanimous. They distribute what is completely satisfying to the hearers. Let us contemplate on this meaning. The nectar of thy sin-effacing utterances. The gospel is like nectar, which is absolutely divine and is the best knowledge. Sin-effacing utterances refers to the soothing and comforting teachings, stories and guidance given to us by the Master. By reading the Master's words, all of our vices are destroyed and we are filled with purity, divinity and sweetness. Brings life and hope to those scorched by misery. The world is full of pain and misery, and none of us can escape this. Since everything in the world is transitory, it can never give us eternal peace and comfort. Just as the burning sun scorches us, life's painful experiences bring much suffering and stress. Reading the gospel is like a breath of fresh air, which gives us hope and fills us with encouragement to go forward. It is as if we have a new life because a new meaning is given to life, enabling us to see the light at the end of a dark tunnel. They are extolled by wise sages. The sages are wise because they have realized the transitory nature of the world and have given their hearts to God, who is eternal and unchanging. We get so caught up in our day-to-day activities that we forget about the divine power within us. We tend to take the world as real and give our hearts to it. By reading the gospel or any scripture every day and doing our sadhana, we are reminded of our beautiful, innate divinity. The mere listening to them would bestow auspiciousness on all. Just by listening to the supreme words of nectar, the entire atmosphere is filled with auspiciousness and divinity. It's like filling our minds with purity. All ill feelings and enmity leave us. We are energized and feel peaceful. We gradually learn to see the divine in all and respect all of God's creation. They confer every prosperity. The sweet and practical teachings of the Master bestow every prosperity. These highest and blessed teachings give us material, social, and spiritual prosperity. Thus we progress in every aspect of life. Those who spread them broadcast are verily magnanimous. The teachers who spread the word of God are indeed magnanimous. They make many sacrifices to give us spiritual knowledge. We learn about another aspect of life other than what we perceive through our senses. We are uplifted and feel blessed by singing, chanting, reading the scriptures, and learning about the lives of saints and sages. This is indeed sweet nectar. They distribute what is completely satisfying to the hearers. This katha is completely satisfying to the hearers because it glorifies that which is eternal and can never die. It bestows bliss to all, as there is nothing higher to attain than God. We usually talk about mundane matters which only bring pain and sorrow. The sacred knowledge of God is beyond the sense world, which is here today and gone tomorrow. The more we listen to it, the sweeter it tastes, and the more we want to hear it. We feel content and are filled with love and joy. We are transported to a higher realm of consciousness, where there is no pain and suffering, but only ananda, only joy and bliss. Although Sri Ramakrishna was God realized, he was very humble. If he heard about a great teacher, he loved to meet him and talk to him. Today we will read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the chapter on visit to Vidyasagar. Hearing that Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was a great scholar, the master wanted to visit him. He asked M, "Can you take me to Vidyasagar? I should very much like to see him." M, that is Mahendranath Gupta, told Vidyasagar of Sri Ramakrishna's wish, and the Pandit gladly agreed. A Paramahamsa is a God-realized saint who is always absorbed in God thought. Vidyasagar inquired from M what kind of a Paramahamsa the master was. He asked, "Does he wear an ochre cloth?" M answered, "No, sir, he is an unusual person. He wears a red bordered cloth and polished slippers. He lives in a room in Rani Rasmani's temple garden in Dakshineshwar. In his room, there is a couch with a mattress and a mosquito net. He has no outer indication of holiness, but He doesn't know anything except God. Day and night he thinks of God alone. One Saturday afternoon, M took the master to meet Vidyasagar. The name Vidyasagar means ocean of knowledge. Master, in all his humility, said, "Ah, today at last I have come to the ocean. Until now I have seen only canals, marshes, or a river at the most. But today I am face to face with the Sagar, the ocean," and everyone laughed. Vidyasagar, smiling, replied, "Then please take home some salt water," and everyone laughs again. Master, "Oh no, why salt water? You are not the ocean of ignorance. You are the ocean of Vidya, knowledge. You are the ocean of condensed milk, in other words, sweet knowledge," and everyone laughs. Vidyasagar replies, "Well, you may put it that way," and became silent. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Your activities are inspired by sattva. Compassion springs from sattva, which means selflessness. Sukha and other sages cherished compassion in their minds to give people spiritual knowledge, to teach them about God. You are distributing food and learning. That is good too. If these activities are done in a selfless spirit, they lead to God. But most people work for fame or to acquire merit. Their activities are not selfless." But the master encourages Vidyasagar and reminds him to be selfless and detached. Often we think that we do good and bad actions. Doesn't God, seated within us, get affected by them? The master continues, "The world consists of the pairs of opposites. We have knowledge and ignorance, knowledge and devotion, attachment to lust and gold, righteousness and unrighteousness, good and evil. But Brahman is not attached to all of these." Master explains further. One man may read the Bhagavata by the light of a lamp, and another may commit a forgery by that very light. But the lamp is unaffected. The sun sheds its light on the wicked as well as on the virtuous. It is not at all affected by them. Vidyasagar felt that no one explained God rightly. No one really knows about God. As if reading his mind, the master said, "What Brahman is cannot be described. It cannot be expressed in words. All things in the world, even the Vedas, the Puranas, and other scriptures, have been defiled like food that has been touched by the tongue, for they have been read or uttered by the tongue. Only one thing has not been defiled in this way, and that is Brahman. No one has ever been able to say what Brahman is." Vidyasagar said to his friends, "Oh, that is a remarkable statement. I have learnt something new today." Vidyasagar was amazed at the master's profound knowledge. It is wonderful to know that we too are that Brahman. Aham Brahma Asmi. Only we have forgotten it, therefore we suffer. Master continues, "As for what has been said in the Vedas and the Puranas, do you know what it is like? Suppose a man has seen the ocean and somebody asks him, 'Well, what is the ocean like?' The man opens his mouth as wide as he can and says, 'What a sight! What tremendous waves and sounds! The description of Brahman in the sacred books is like that. The Master means that no matter how much we may glorify God, it's just a drop in the ocean. God's glories are as infinite as God Himself. No one can say with finality that this is God and no more. The Master says, in Samadhi, when one has merged in God, one attains the knowledge of Brahman. In that state, reasoning stops altogether and man becomes mute. He has no power to describe the nature of Brahman. Once a salt doll went to measure the depth of the ocean. It wanted to tell others how deep the water was. But this it could never do, for no sooner did it get into the water than it melted and became one with the ocean. Now, who was there to report the ocean's depth? A devotee asked, Sir, suppose a man has obtained the knowledge of Brahman in Samadhi, doesn't he speak anymore? Master now gives two very sweet and clear examples to answer this question. The Master illustrates how a saint makes much effort to know God. He works hard in the beginning. He chants God's name, sings His praises, studies the scriptures, meets great saints to learn from them, and meditates. And finally, he realizes God. Then he becomes totally silent and completely content. Thereafter, he works hard again. Feeling compassion for suffering humanity, he explains and teaches sincere devotees about God from his own experiences. So Master says, a man established in Samadhi comes down to the relative plane of consciousness in order to teach others. The bee buzzes as long as it is not sitting on a flower. It becomes silent when it begins to sip the honey. The saint is silent when he sees God, but sometimes, intoxicated with the honey, it buzzes again. This means that the saint teaches others at the correct time. The Master gives another example. An empty pitcher, a jug, makes a gurgling sound when it is dipped in water. When it is filled, it becomes silent. But if the water is poured from it into another jug, then you will hear the sound again. These are amazing descriptions and explanations which inspire us to attain this knowledge. Through regular sadhana, keeping holy company, reading the scriptures, and going into solitude now and then, we must try to quieten the restless mind and meditate on God. May the Master bless us so that we get joy in listening to His divine nectar. Today is the blessed day of Ekadashi, which is the 11th day after the full moon and the new moon each month. On this holy day, all the Ramakrishna Sharda Mats throughout the world chant the Ram Nam Sankirtanam. The singing of the Ram Nam Sankirtanam was started by Srimad Swami Brahmananda Ji Maharaj, who was the spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna. He was also the first president of the Ramakrishna order. Once, during the singing of the Ram Nam Sankirtanam in the Ramakrishna Mission Seva Ashrama at Varanasi, Swami Brahmananda Maharaj had the wonderful darshan of Sri Hanumanji listening to the Ram Nam Sankirtanam. The 108 verses or shloks of the Ram Nam Sankirtanam contain a brief and succinct description of the divine play of Sri Ram. It is as if the ocean has been filled into a small pot. So, with hearts full of love and devotion, let us chant the Ram Nam Sankirtanam, which is also divine nectar. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Dear sisters and brothers, let us sit calmly for a few moments. As we breathe in, let us breathe in divine energy. Breathe in strength, courage, and patience. As we breathe out all negative forces like hatred and anger. Breathe in purity and love. Let us contemplate on the meaning of the prayer to Sri Ram. O Lord of the Raghus, in truth I tell thee, I have no other desire in my heart, and you, who are the inner self of all, knows it. Grant me only ardent devotion, O best of the Raghus, and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. Fill me with love and peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.